The LGAQ's got a legitimate role defending the rights of local government and councils, but now it's evolved into something that politically has the back of the mayors and those in power. And when an organisation is going to defend the establishment right or wrong, that ends up with these sort of actions in the courts, and it's just wrong. It shouldn't happen. I was a member for Cairns in 2015, 16, 17, and at that time I tabled a lot of documents exposing corruption in local government, and I think that left a bad taste in the mouth of those in power, and it gave me a public profile. So it's important to them now, I think, to silence me, to send a message to others not to speak up. I certainly feel vindicated with what happened with the Ipswich Council, with the Mayor jailed and the CEO jailed and other corruption discovered within the organisation. So at the time, I felt vindicated. A number of media sources talked about me being vindicated, and I think that just made the plaintiff in this case more determined to sue, because I think it really grated on him that some allegations were correct. There was a robust debate and an important public interest debate around this, and in that context, that should not be seen as defamatory. It's an important debate, and if you silence people and stop the debate, that's not a good thing for the community. It's been a struggle as a self-funded person who's representing themselves up against the LGAQ and their high-powered legal team. It has been a challenge. We're doing the best we can. A corporation can't bring a legal action, so it's the CEO of the LGAQ, Greg Hallam, who's bringing the defamation action, saying it's him personally who's been defamed, when a lot of the criticism was of local government and of the LGAQ and not of him. So it's he's doing the bidding of the corporation, if you like. He said this is the image that was published, and from this image we are arguing there is the imputation that I am a criminal, and I've got to try and defend against those imputations that I don't believe a reasonable person would hold in the first place. To me, it's a use of defamation law to silence critics. A number of people have been threatened that the LGAQ has decided to take us to trial to send a message to others not to speak out. The meme was representative of Queensland councils, so I was happy to share it to highlight the need for an investigation into local government in Queensland. Mr. Hallam has said it's all about him, and the criticism was a personal attack on him. He's produced witnesses who worked for him and who knew him, who'll say they looked at the image and they thought, oh, that's Greg. I don't think Star Wars fans see Greg walking down the street and think, hey, that's Jabba. I think most people in the street see Jabba the Hutt and they just think, oh, he's a fat bastard. I don't think they necessarily think, oh, he's a mafioso type with criminal networks. The media need freedom of speech if they're to investigate, and here the Cairns Post, and particularly the News Corp media, has provided very little scrutiny to the LGAQ at all, and simply repeated verbatim a number of the quotes from Mr. Hallam's barrister. So the lack of any critical examination of the LGAQ and their motives has been really disappointing. Here in Cairns, the Cairns Post has had a very good relationship with the Cairns Mayor, Bob Manning, and my attacks on him and indeed trying to hold state MPs to account have been really not supported by the Cairns Post, which is very happy to have MPs and mayors who represent the old boys club in Cairns, and they are the real institutions at the city end of town. So when they see just an ordinary person speaking up, they defend their mates. I think there's a hell of a lot of payback in this case, and that's why they haven't been keen to settle, and they really want to get their pound of flesh out of me. But you know, that's life. I certainly wouldn't consider suing someone for being critical of me.